And we are off in another first to 11 plus 2. Both players setting off their C-spin here.
Yeah, got those TDs off. Works well enough for them. Looks like Turtle might have had some misdrops there. Playing it a little bit slower to start here. Not too much pressure going on, but I assume they will start to speed up as they start to build these surges as well.
Alright, Shark is building up this back-to-back here, using these all-spins to keep this going, but they do have to break in a 30 spike, 35 spike, but Turtle defends against it here with their own down stack.
Yeah, managed to cancel nicely with that little bit of surge they had. And looks like Shark now in the one in the hot seat, even though they had that advantage for half a second. That's how it goes. If you can survive your opponent's surge, then that's just free reign for you to capitalize going into pressuring. And looks like, oh my gosh.
That DT was so bold.
That was so big, but then the eye missed.
And it worked.
It was still barely enough. I thought for sure Turtle was gonna punish there, but it looks like they couldn't get out in time.
Love a good DT at the top of the board there.
Sometimes you just gotta greed like that. If your opponent's in a worse position, it can work out.
Turtle going for the STP spin while Shark was just going for the TKI into LST here.
Looks like Shark dealing with so much cheese now, but as I say that, Turtle also has a bunch of cheese on their board, so it might just be a down stack match at this point, but I mean, looks like Shark decided to just pressure and it worked perfectly.
Yeah, that 12 spike when Turtle's board didn't have any way to get down and defend is all that Shark needed to find that round. SDPC spins on both sides here.
Classic.
Going into the 6-3 or 3-6 situation, and
Turtle had that big spike, but Shark managed to go through it without breaking back-to-back at all and send a huge spike. It did send a good amount to Turtle, but looks like they seem to get out of it just fine. And Shark with a misdrop as well at the top here. They might have had a down stack if they placed that J piece there or had the I piece to skim, but a little too late. Oh, and that misdrop in the opener by Shark is gonna give Turtle the momentum at the start of the match here. They have such a clean well to work with. Keeping that back-to-back going does get the massive 42 spike. Shark just barely surviving at the top though.
yeah, Shark on this down stack now using the material that Turtle gave, and Turtle it just has that back-to-back though. They're trying to build this back up, trying to punish here, but Shark's just staying alive.
Yeah, that down stack in the meantime gave Turtle the perfect chance to build back-to-back, and they're still going here. Shark is in a very dire position right now. They either need to start building up back-to-back to the known or find a way for them to cancel and tank this all, but I think it is very unlikely at this point, especially with that misdrop. Wait!
Ooh.
Oh, I thought I spoke too soon for a second there, but looks like Turtle pulled it off.
I love the sound effects for that little ticking time bomb there. It is insane.
You love it, except when it's your opponent that's doing that. Then you're just like, just end my suffering already. Like Shark's just barely surviving at the top here again. Doing a good job with the survival, but not able to pressure too much. Only sitting at 140 APM here. I mean, Turtle also on the other side, not pressuring too much. They are starting to get more clean though and attacking, and looks like Shark had a bunch of misdrops there.
A little bit of plonking.
Starting it slow. Don't need to go fast every round, but maybe you should if you're Shark there. And now Turtle with 4 wins in a row here, starting to gain a bit lead, even though Shark started off strong with this set.
Both players utilizing these all spins here. I don't know if that was a misdrop from Turtle there.
I think they were trying to spin it and then just misdropped it. but yeah, looks like that gave Shark the chance to build back-to-back, but clearly not enough. Turtle was completely unfazed with it and is the one sending a huge counter spike at this point. Shark managed to find the down stack? Oh my goodness.
What is Turtle doing?
Did they just assume that Shark was gonna die from that? I have to assume they like let go of their keyboard or something. What was that?
Oh, that was karma if I ever saw it.
This is why you can never give your opponent breathing room. If you assume you're dead, you are assuming wrong.
I've seen so many people in reference to matches at all ratings say, you know, that seemed a little bit overkill. That right there is why nothing is ever too overkill in this game.
Exactly. Unless they're dead, then the match isn't over. But it looks like Turtle taking that round in stride, managing to take another quick round back in the books. Turtle with these misdrops did have that nice pressure. Managed to clean it up.
Shark with worse misdrops.
Yeah, I didn't. I just saw Turtle with misdrops. I did not notice Shark. Turtle managed to clean it up. Shark did not. Looks like Turtle is just doing these all-spin openers, which is nice to see. It's definitely nice to see people starting to do more all-spins in their openers, because it's something I haven't seen much of, and it's obviously useful for Season 2. But looks like they made it past the opener anyway, and now Turtle with a lot of clean start pressuring here, while Shark as well is building up that surge.
Yeah, and I've also seen both players make use of the more unconventional T-spins, but that misdrop with that eyepiece was unfortunate there.
Yeah. Shark did have the surge advantage, so they were likely going to take it regardless, but even still, Turtle still with a 2-point lead here. Still putting up a good fight to absolutely anyone's set at this point. Looks like Turtle a little bit more timing at this point in time, not focusing so much on the speed. Shark is the one that's just going all out right now, does get that nice surge spike, but Turtle's not done here, does counter with their own massive 28, but Shark is looking just fine at this point.
Yeah, Turtle's slowing down a little bit there to find the pieces that they need. It works out for them. And now Shark is up towards the top here. They're going to have to down stack this, and there are some clean wells ahead of them, but Turtle's just trying to pressure this right here.
Oh, that was such a nice S-spin to fix that, but it might just be not enough. Yeah, just Shark not playing fast enough, Turtle keeping that pressure, and now gaining a decent lead. 3 points, only needs 4 more to win this set.
Yeah, Shark is definitely going to have to find some momentum if they want to turn this around, and now's definitely the best time, and those misdrops... That's not even a... No, that is a misdrop. Sometimes you can never tell.
A misdrop, they managed to recover slightly, but they do need to fix it at some point in time. Now is the point where they need to focus on that. Turtle, on the other hand, getting a chance to build that back-to-back. Having their own misdrops might need to break back-to-back here, or just sit at the top. Couldn't get the clear to cancel. That's the greed of trying to keep back-to-back. Sometimes you just put yourself in a position where you cannot break surge and you die because of it.
Yeah, a very common issue in Season 2. Always interesting to see it, though.
Yeah, it's not something you expect from a player like Turtle, but obviously we're all bound to make mistakes. But it looks like both these players are doing just fine this round. Turtle's just going well with that back-to-back. Both of them sitting at... both of them were at 11. Now Turtle does have a slight advantage, forced to break it as Shark breaks their own, and Shark just didn't have the eyepiece to clear.
More SDPC spinning.
As is expected. Looks like Shark with a lot of clean here. Turtle sitting at the top, does manage to get a counter spike. Shark forced to break their surge just to survive, but still getting constant pressure here by Turtle.
Yeah, Shark just trying to build up that back-to-back here. We see the -9 here on Turtle's board, and Shark is just staying at the bottom, trying to spam this all spin, and yeah, does have to break. Things end up pretty much even over here as... Okay, a nice down stack there from Shark, but push up to the top very quickly.
Yeah, just trying to find any down stuff they can, being constantly pressured, and Turtle has that back-to-back, but it doesn't even matter. Shark just couldn't get to the clean well in time, and Turtle now only 2 points away from moving on to winner's final. Shark really needs to pull something out here if they want to bring it back. Do get a nice mini, I was gonna say mini spike, but it's 38.
It's
but
a
looks
38.
Like it doesn't matter as Turtle just counters with a 20 of their own, sending Shark right back up.
Yeah, insane that that 38 spike leaves Shark up at the top of the board again, but Turtle's not looking in a great situation themselves.
Yeah, it looks like they were forced to break Surge, but do manage to make it back into the clean, but still, Shark is continuing this pressure, trying to get back to the clean themselves to continue with attack here. Both of these players now dealing with a bit of cheese, but Turtle looks like with some misdrops there couldn't recover it in time, and Shark is keeping it together, trying to stay alive.
Yeah, we have this opener game here again. Both players finding their back-to-back early on. Both breaking it with 19 spikes. Both of them, coincidentally, exact same spike.
That's how it goes. Sometimes it cancels out perfectly, but oh, looks like with that, Shark not able to tank in time, and now Turtle is at match point. If Shark wants any chance of survival, they need to win 4 in a row here. It's definitely going to be an uphill battle when you're playing someone like Turtle. Shark is playing a little too slow here, very hesitant. I think they are definitely worried about just making too many mistakes, but if you do that, it gives your opponent a chance to take advantage with their speed. And looks like we can see, I mean, Turtle's the one pressuring so much right now.
Wonking the... No, they messed it up!
They do manage to just barely clean it up, but it does give Shark the chance to go for that LST here, trying to continue with that pressure. And Turtle sitting at the top here, cannot find their way down, and Shark lives another day.
Yeah, Turtle's misdrops there were the nail in the coffin. There were multiple times there where those misdrops just absolutely ruined their board state and ultimately led it to the loss of that round.
They do still just need one more to win here, but Shark is not going down without a fight here. They do have this back-to-back right now. I don't know, was that a misdrop? I thought it was at first, but looks like it wasn't. It worked out perfectly, and they're still keeping it together.
Yeah, I was looking over at Turtle's misdrop. I don't know how much defense they would have had they not misdropped there, but maybe a battle of the misdrops on our hands here. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, it's definitely common for players to have nerves, but I mean, Shark still has the advantage at this point in time. Just needs to win one more. Turtle needs to win 2 more just to bring it to deuce. And I mean, they're not giving up. They do have really clean well here, have that pressure ready to go. Forced to break out as they don't have the TPs to continue, but still has a nice well to work with at this point in time. Forced to break that back-to-back. Turtle now sitting at the top here, trying to get to that clean well. Well, Shark is still pressuring so nicely here. Turtle definitely on the defense at this point. Still managed to survive nicely. Shark cannot get that final blow. And Turtle now with a massive spike here, forcing Shark to break out of their own back-to-back.
Yeah, Turtle trying to close this set out here with this point. Trying to build up their back-to-back, trying to take control back here. Breaking with a 20 spike.
Still not enough. Shark just barely surviving. They do have a lot of cheese on their board here. Need to find a down stack while maintaining that pressure. Turtle's gonna get the killing blow, and looks like they managed to make their way down at least a little bit here. But Turtle is still not stopping with this pressure.
And Turtle has that 15 back-to-back advantage over Shark right here. They're slowing down to try to find an STSD over the well. They do not find it and are all of a sudden on the down stack. There's a 17 spike. Shark is going to be able to handle that, but is slowing down for these all spins just a little bit here. Maybe for the all spins, or maybe because this is a long point. Reaching 2 minutes.
This is approaching, 2 minutes now. I think this is definitely the longest round we've had so far. I think both players very nervous at this point, really not trying to lose this point. I think if Shark takes another win, they're gonna have the momentum even though they're gonna be down 1. And right now, both of these players have that surge. Shark forced to break it a little bit early. Turtle not stopping here, and Shark really in a bad position because not only are they sitting at the top, but Shark
Turtle misdrops the follow-up.
Oh no! Turtle in such a bad seat right now. Shark still pressuring here. Turtle trying to find their way down, not able to get it out. Shark just barely surviving that surge spike, bringing it 1 point from Deuce.
And that is a perfect example about how you need to not only break your surge, you need to follow it up. Turtle tried to follow it up, but misdropped that follow-up, meaning there was none, and it came back to bite them, and that's how the point ended.
That's how it goes sometimes. One mistake can be catastrophic, even though you played perfectly beforehand. Now Turtle's sitting at the top here. Shark not having too much to pressure on the other side. Both players just trying to build surge at this point in time.
Shark breaks that surge, sends an 18 spike here. Turtle defends against all of it. Both players with holes on their board for a little bit there, both trying to get back into it.
Oh, Shark was about to get that mini spike, misdropped the eyepiece, couldn't get the killing blow. Turtle just barely surviving again.
Turtle with a misdrop.
L misdrop at the top, trying to find a down stack. Well, Shark building up the surge, immediately breaks it. Turtle seems unfazed, but does have some cheese to get through.
Yeah, really feeling like Shark is in control of this right now. Turtle misdrops that T-spin there to open up the well.
Like I said, I mean, now Shark, even though they're still down 1, they have the momentum in the last, like, I think it was like 4 wins or 5 wins in a row here. Trying to get it back to Deuce here. Does have that surge, forced to break it. Turtle just managing to tank it. And now they're both, again, pretty much back and even.
Yeah, a little bit of cheese on Turtle's board here. They're going to have to try to figure out how to get through this. There's some all spins going on here. There's a break with a 25 spike, and that comes in really messy on Shark's board.
Yeah, now they're forced to try and down stack as much as they can. They are bursting here. Do manage to make it down. Has that C misdrop, trying to fix it. Just barely getting to the queen in time. Shark is still trying, or Turtle's still trying to pressure, not able to get much of a kill. And they're back to even in surge pretty much. Yeah, both breaking it at the same time. And Turtle's sitting at the top here. We are now in Deuce. I don't know how many that was in a row by. I think that was 4 in a row by Shark, managing to tie it back up into Deuce. This is not over, folks.
We love to see the Deuce here as both players are working with those openers. Shark was doing a little bit of flonking at the beginning there. Does break back to back first.
Oh, and looks like Turtle finally getting a win. Does get the lead back. This is what happens a lot of the time. I see a player manage to bring it back from being down 2 Deuce, but then immediately the opponent finally gets the win and keeps that lead. So it's definitely not over for Shark. They need to win another one and another one and another one, I believe, if they want to win it all. Oh, and it looks like it's not enough. And looks like Turtle managing to clutch it out. It was looking very, very sweaty for them at first, but they managed to clutch up in the end there.
Yeah, that is our first Deuce of the night. Very exciting to see. I do want to call out a contribution to the prize pool once I can find it again. Thank you, Coro, for contributing. The prize pool is now at $173, and if we get to 300, then we unlock the incentive of revealing the behind the scenes for this tournament. So definitely contribute to the prize pool if you want to see that. But we have our stat screen up here. Very cool to see.
mean, yeah, both players, you can see they were, even though overall Shark had a slightly lower average, you can see they were competing. Like, neither had too much of advantage throughout the set. Even the last couple of rounds where Shark was winning a bunch, they did not have that big of an APM lead and still managed to clutch it out. But not in the set overall, Turtle managing to just win it overall, moving on to winners finals. As we saw, about to face Gohan, or we'll see the match in a little bit, but for now we're going to move down to the losers bracket.